And we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the final part of the show, we are going to talk about some comments made by Andrew Perloff, who kind of was, calling out Bill Belichick, calling him a hypocrite for, pursuing a career, at least for now, in media with the NFL. And this is what he had to say. So he's a co-host of the Maggie and Perloff show on SiriusXM, and he is calling out Belichick, calling him a hypocrite. So this is, some of the things that he said. He said, networks have to stop hiring Bill Belichick, someone who openly mocked the media for 2 decades as head coach of the New England Patriots shouldn't be able to walk right in and get multiple media jobs. He never said anything useful as an NFL coach, and now he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid talk. As brilliant as Belichick is, find someone else. That's, pretty aggressive there. He talked about the press conference from 2014 where he just kept repeating himself and saying we're on to Cincinnati. But here's the thing. That became iconic. And you know what ended up happening? The Patriots won the Super Bowl that year for the first time in a decade. He also said, of course, Belichick's insight has gravity. Just don't pretend the last 20 years was a mirage. And he's so eager to educate us on the game. Belichick wants to make money and land a coaching job. Now, and that's the last thing he said. So the last part I don't disagree with, and this was something that we talked about in the production meeting, one of our production meetings, is, he's doing this because, he wants to keep him in the public eye and, say, hey, I can still coach. And I think he should still be coaching because, I mean, it's Bill Belichick. I know things, fizzled out in New England, but, I think he still deserves another shot. He doesn't deserve to, not be on the sidelines this year. And he is one of the greatest coaches of all time, whether you agree with it or not. Part of 2 separate dynasties with the Patriots, and, it's part of the, teams with the Giants, and, it's back in the day. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't have a job. But, yeah, it's strong comments there. And here's the thing. I think Belichick does have something to offer. And you know what? I think he does like to, kind of show off his wisdom of the game. And the thing is, he's gotten positive feedback. There are people, saying, hey, they like this version of Belichick. He's looser. He's not this, people think he's, a grump, and talking to the media and, going through the motions with the press conferences. It was different. Now, for me, I didn't watch a lot of it. And he also, again, I mentioned this too, there was that special with, Rich Eisen and Chris Collinsworth. They put together that all-time team. And showing off his wisdom there on the game, breaking down players. I think Belichick does have something to offer. Because, again, one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest coach of all time. He does have something to offer. And you know what? It's not just Belichick. Look at some of the other guys. J.J. Watt's got a media job. Matt Ryan. Jason Kelsey earlier this offseason. He's going to be doing Monday Night Countdown. These media conglomerates, they just pick these former athletes up and give them jobs. It's not just Belichick. There's other people. There's other players, coaches. They it's not just him. So you shouldn't just have a complaint with Belichick. It's everywhere. Now, I get it. Belichick, going through the motions in the press conferences, not really at times giving very insightful answers. But you know what? I think it's different. Now, I know media is all connected, but it's different when you're on a panel as opposed to, when you're a reporter and you're asking questions. It's kind of different because he's not that side of the media. He's going to be on a panel with the McAfee show, with Inside the NFL, and he, giving perspectives on certain things. It's not, he's going to be sitting in a press conference interviewing Gerard Mayo. But I get it. It's all connected. So, yeah, he is joining the media, but not that side of the media. So, I mean, I guess I get that, but again, it's like I just said, he's joining that side of the media. He's not going to be in press conferences interviewing coaches. But and he wants a job. He wants to be coaching still. And is this year, is he going to take advantage of this year and kind of reflect and say, you know what, I got to change my ways a little bit? Because you know what, the last couple of years in New England, it was rough. Especially the last one. Downward spiral. At least, the previous season, yeah, they finished with a losing record, but they went 8-9. They didn't finish 4-13 like they did in 2023. Even when Tom Brady left, they again didn't finish with a winning record, but they went 7-9. I mean, yeah, it's a bad record, but it's not like horrendous. 4-13, like the wheels just fell off. And it was funny because, when I did a podcast with my friend, we haven't done one in a long time, but leading up to the 2022 season, we thought the Patriots were going to be awful. And they ended up finishing 8-9. And then the following year, they finished 4-13. So we were like a year off of the fall off. We were a year early. But, yeah, it didn't work out. And I was definitely surprised that he didn't get a job. And you know what? He might get a job next year. I mean, who knows? It could be the Cowboys, which I think would be an interesting dynamic with him and Jerry Jones. I kind of don't want to see that. I don't really want to see him in the NFC East, but, could go there. I mean, he's going to go to a team that's competing for a title, that has a chance to do that, that has the talent for it. But I don't know. It depends on what's going to be available. I mean, you would figure, like I just said, the Cowboys. You figure the Cowboys, that job's going to be open because, Mike McCarthy doesn't seem like he's happy with Jerry Jones right now. So that's a possibility. If the Eagles fall off again and Nick Sirianni gets fired, well, that's another opportunity right there. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, strong comments by Perloff with the media stuff. I do think Belichick does have stuff to offer. And you know what? He's a name. So he's going to get picked up by... He got picked up by... McAfee and Inside the NFL, Manningcast. I mean, even if it wasn't those, he definitely got offers from other places as well. Belichick's gonna find his way on our television screens, and we're gonna see him a lot. And you know what? If he gets back into coaching, I mean, he is older. But he gets back into coaching and maybe coaches for a few more years and then calls it quits. Yeah, probably might see him again. It's not going anywhere. Even if he's not coaching, we will see him on TV. But now is he going to get back on the sidelines? That's what we gotta wait and see for. But yeah, I think Belichick does have something to offer. Now, yeah, some people might not find him entertaining, but he's gotten positive feedback. So, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really watched him that closely, so I'm not really like one way or the other. I'm kind of just like, all right, Bill Belichick is doing this. But there's people that say he's been great. So, yeah, so let me know what you guys think about that, though. How do you feel about what Perloff had to say? Again, some things I agree with, some things I disagree with. Like, again, yeah, he's doing it because he wants a coaching job, but he's got stuff to offer. Guy's been around the game forever. And it's not like I'm a Bill Belichick fan, but, got to give him some respect, for what he was able to do over the course of his coaching career. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So that's pretty much it for the show for today. We did cover some some things here, some rumors and trade requests and hard knocks. So there was stuff to talk about today. We'll continue the quarterback rankings. That'll probably slide back. I mean, depending on if anything happens, like over the next 24 hours, Devontae Adams somehow got traded or Ayuk got traded. That would make the top of the show, the first segment. But the quarterback rankings will slide back up. But because of the Hard Knocks episode and Ayuk's trade request, that kind of got bumped down a little bit today. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure to check out all the other shows on the network. Give the other shows some love, of course. And yeah, that is all the time that we have. So, make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow is Thursday. The weeks just fly by, like I always say. So until then, I am Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care.